said Claudia. I love both of your kitten faces, I typed back. Okay, I'm going back out there. I changed out of my pajamas and opened the door to the bathroom, preparing an elaborate mea culpa about the lateness of the hour and my relative crankiness, but Everett didn't seem in a hurry to demand an explanation. It was pretty pointless of you to get dressed just for me, he says. I should have known that the order of his priorities would work to my advantage.
Tarlette, these not for inside,
says George, pulling on my pant leg. He holds up his mittened hands, and I feel bad for letting my thoughts slide elsewhere. He's right. It's abnormally hot in here, as a glut of mommies and nannies deck the lobby. Among the Puerto Rican nannies, and the Caribbean nannies, and the Dominican nannies are the occasional French au pairs and grad student babysitters. I count myself among the latter category, as there isn't really a slot for women in their late 20s with 2 advanced degrees and no current plans to use either one of them. Also present today are both of the class mommies. Jillian, mother of Aaron and Ainsley, twins, is the alpha mommy. She is, without a doubt, the queen bee, a fairy princess among mortals. She has long, perfectly layered hair, walks miles in heeled boots every day, and dons a Carolina Herrera coat that makes me long to win the Powerball. It's possible the word vivacious was invented to describe her. The worst part is there is no evidence to suggest even a hint of insincerity in her demeanor. She is the quintessential woman. Ellery, mother of Ellery, whom the rest of us refer to as Little Elle, is the beta mommy. Naming her daughter after herself might have been an indicator into the true depth of her insecurity, or maybe she imagines she has created another generation of herself in order to correct any imperfections in the current version. Possibly both are true. But whatever the case, she wears her negative, grasping heart on her sleeve, and even her Chloe handbag can't seem to make her feel better about her life. As I am liberating Georgie's fingers from his mittens, I can hear her perpetually defensive voice lodging a complaint to the mommy contingent. The nannies and mommies rarely cross-pollinate in this environment. The edges of that voice never seem to dull down, and for a moment I wonder if age will ever soften it, or if it will just quit one day, abruptly, having reached its capacity for abuse. I read in the newspaper this morning that the White House has released some unclassified documents outlining their recent policy on targeted drone strikes on terrorist leaders, even those born in America. I'm oddly excited by the topic, not that I have a passionate opinion one way or the other, but simply that this has been reported and is bound to whip up a controversy. Do we have the right to execute American citizens without due process? Or is national security a greater issue? Do we need to trust our leaders to gather an appropriate amount of evidence before they carry out the strike? If I were a high school teacher, I would drop my lesson plan for the day and hold a great debate. This is an issue I would love to hear argued, supported, even complained about. But that isn't what I hear in the lobby of North Madison Primary and Preschool, affectionately known as North Mad.
Needs to put her foot down about it. It's not just the sugar, it's the dyes. And poor things, they don't know better. They want the sweet things, and they want to be able to do what all their friends are doing. I mean, I don't want to be the one to throw the word discrimination into the mix.
I'd venture a guess that Ellery hasn't seen the news today. Drone strikes probably didn't come up on Good Morning America either. The 2 other mommies look a little dazed, but Jillian nods as if she's considering the information seriously. Is it happening often enough that you think the headmistress ought to know? Maybe we could speak to the lead teacher and see if she can do something. Ainsley loves fruit roll-ups. She was delighted. But Aaron said he didn't eat it. He had a cheese stick instead. At least we know they have options.
Well, Ellery came home crying, and if it's going to be such an effective issue, then I say we need to all come together and ask that something be done.
Perhaps George senses that I'm about to commit a huge faux pas and make a face at another nanny, because he chooses that moment to lurch forward in the stroller. As the straps are unbuckled, he is no longer properly restrained, and I throw my arm out to catch him about a second before his nose hits the ground. I hoist him up onto my hip. He has that look in his eyes, that look that says things could go either way. To sob with terror or to laugh with adventure. I know that I alone will be the deciding factor, so I say to him in a voice that doesn't